Hey y'all, I am here waiting for the man of God to get in here. I told him we a little, you know, supposed to be between 9 and 10, and it's almost 10. So just waiting on that. I'm not sure what he's doing right now, but I bet y'all when he come in, he's going to be trying to fix everything. Now, what I'm wondering is if the sound is working right now. And ain't nobody on yet because I've only been on for a few seconds. So we gonna see what happened. Let me see. I can go on my page and find out. But we waiting on the man to God. Okay, the man to God. Waiting on him to get on this here live. Here we go. He's coming. So the man to God just arrived.
Are we live?
Yes, we are. We live. Good waiting job. For you. Waiting for you to join us. We are waiting. Here we go. He's setting up right now. This is what's going on. He's setting up as we speak. This is what's going on. I'm sharing it on my page right now as I'm waiting for the man to God. He's here.
That's close.
The man to God is here. Oh,
I'm saying man to God.
Well, you wasn't. Are you not a man of God? He's fixing the settings, y'all. That's like blurry when you did that.
Because we gotta.
He just changed the settings, y'all. Coming in and changing stuff. I don't know what's going on, but let's bless the Lord. Still waiting on him to set up. Okay. So as we wait, let me get on here to see if y'all up. But let's. Well, while we wait, we didn't do our intro, so we're gonna go ahead and give y'all a few seconds, okay? Now, where is it at? Is it? A thumbnail? Can't nobody see that thumbnail?
Yes, you can. It's all right.
Well, we're here. Both of us are here now. Good evening. Good evening. We are live. See, why is it? What is going on with the? I mean, this stuff coming from my glasses side of my head. What's? Not sure what's going on. Y'all don't know what the man of God here did.
It's catching you more. It's catching me, but it's fine.
Your head glossing. My glasses is going. I don't know what's going on. I guess is it the picture? No, because there's no lines like that.
All right.
I don't know what's going on, y'all. He's trying to set up the live stream. He was late, so we're waiting for him to get this set up. But while we wait, that actually is better without the light. So we're gonna be dim today. Okay, we're gonna put our this is a grown folks conversation. We're gonna put our sexy on site. I'm joking, but welcome. We are going to get this party started right. We see you guys on. You guys can comment, say hello, let us know you're here.
I don't like the way the camera looking right now. It's not straight.
It's going to take a long time. Okay.
No, let me straighten the camera out.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
That's better.
Is it?
Yeah, because the camera's straight. It was crooked.
Now it's glaring again on that picture, and that had stopped. So I'm not sure.
Hello.
Sorry, guys, bear with us one moment. But what we are talking about today, no, that's yellow. What we are going to be talking about today, um, is actually funny. You okay, Dream? Dream is in here right now, and we're trying to have an adult conversation. Um, so Dream, you have to excuse us for a moment. Go, Luciana. Thank you, sweetie.
Oh, here, you can take it. Here, she want my phone.
You wanted the phone?
No, Daddy to blow up the mat.
You wanted him to blow up the mat?
Oh, she did ask me to blow up the gymnast mat.
Okay.
She asked me like 20 minutes ago.
Okay, Daddy will blow it up in a few moments.
All right, I'll come down. Let me answer this question, and I'll be down there in 5 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna take a pause break and let the woman of God talk to y'all.
So we're talking about. We're talking about.
Who's on here, by the way?
Oh, they're not commenting yet.
Anissa, good to see you.
Here. Oh, hey, Anissa. I didn't even see. It's not coming up on now. It's not coming up on here, which is funny. It usually doesn't come up over here. But we are talking about, yes, you read it right. Children cussing.
That's what we starting with?
Well, that was the intro conversation.
Okay.
Because we was getting into the other one.
That's why Dream couldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So this is interesting. I think we didn't talk about it before. Because when Dylan was younger, it's so funny, right? Because I guess like in church, like when you have kids and they slip up and say, not that anybody slipped up and say anything in church, but if they slip up and say like a curse word, when they're in the vicinity, I don't know how people view that. Like, do they blame it on the adults, or they blame it on the parents, or what? Because the reality of it is, so Dylan, when he was he like 3? And he was 3.
Like
he had
4.
He had a couple choice words. So the one time we don't
know.
Wasn't
3, about 4.
Okay, probably 4. So we don't know where. Obviously, we don't curse, especially in front of the children.
Oh, we don't cuss like stuff.
Oh, I was saying. Because once in a while, I'll be honest, I'll have and I mean this in the way it is, right? You say, what in the HE double hockey sticks? Because some things that things that happen, it makes you be like, what in the is that? But it's not often, but every once in a while, because you really wonder, like when somebody is maybe doing demonic gestures or having demonic behaviors, you really wonder,
Katrina,
like,
T,
what in the HE double
and
hockey
Prophet,
sticks?
what's
Maybe
going
I'm
on,
the only
man?
one. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay. From time to time, it'll pop in my head when people have different actions. Not that it comes out all the time, but people do that. People say that. I don't know, but sorry, that was a. Well, I'm not gonna say a truth moment, but because you were saying like that doesn't happen, and I'm so we don't. But some people feel like that's
like, I ain't gonna act like I'm not.
Some parents feel like that's okay though to curse in front of your children. Some parents do feel like that because you have kids, even like being in school, right? There's kids in a class that like they feel like it's okay just to say, like the one. Remember the video I showed you? The one little girl.
Oh yeah.
She kept calling the teacher a B. And she kept saying
tell
it
like what grade that is.
And that was pre-K. This was pre-K. The little girl was 4 years old. And actually it was a friend of mine's. She was teaching a class. And she sent me the video. Like, I can't believe this little girl is like saying, like she kept saying, all right, B, like not B, the letter. She said the word. And I'm like, this is crazy. And but the thing is, her mom just talks in front of her.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like she calls a girl.
That's true too.
She'll be like, yeah, that's my
a lot
B.
of parents
Like,
be
it's
cussing
okay.
their kids out. Like,
yeah,
flat
that
out.
too. And but that's usually when they're a little bit older though, right? Not like
no, I've seen it young too. I've seen it young.
Oh, children cursing. Interesting topic. What's the age of allowance? Oh, I'm trying to catch up. You can talk.
Oh, okay.
I know. I was going somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up. No, you was going somewhere else.
But anyway, anywho.
Okay, so bring us back. Reset.
Okay, so Dylan has happened. Oh, actually, I think Yane might be the only one that's never had an episode.
Oh, that's good, Ninja. Yeah.
That we've ever heard cuss at a young age.
Dynasty haven't either. She
heard
remember the
she
one
say
time
one word.
one time she was saying frog, but it sounded like she was saying
Frog.
Yes, I have that video on my phone.
Frog.
The grandmas was laughing at that. She
Okay.
was saying frog,
Well,
but
the
like
older and the youngest have slipped before. So the youngest has before. So like it's interesting. Like, how do you handle that? Because like some people I know some people ready to beat their kids and they 4 years old. Like, but a lot of times, sometimes they don't understand what they're saying. So we deal with some correction, these are cuss words, you can't say it. XYZ, and some things you just can't stop. Like, we're the kind of parents where we correct our kids, but then some people act like their kids already should know. If they don't know, they don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's because you can't protect your kids from everything.
Right.
They're going to be out. For example, and I just use this as an example, and I know they wouldn't mind this, but I've had times where I've been around and I'll see somebody and then they'll slip up and say a cuss word, someone I've known for years, someone I might see in the store, or even if I'm around, my kids are around. I shouldn't even say this like this, but yeah, I ain't gonna do that.
He's about to embarrass somebody.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
Okay.
All right, I'll do it. I don't even care.
Okay.
Because I got all grown men. You know what I mean? So and even on the field, the kids. So a kid may slip up and say a word, and so the kids will hear it, or if they might have heard it somewhere, they might have heard it on television, they might have heard it somewhere. So
you talk about your players.
My players,
up and then the kids and coaches. Be around. Okay, and coaches.
If a coach slip up, they're like, "Oh, my bad." They'll say that. If they're around my young children.
A swear jar.
We do have a swear jar. Okay. It kind of been it's been on ice this year, kind of.
Oh.
We just kind of make guys just buy donuts, and usually the guy that cusses the most ends up buying the donuts on Saturdays. Good. But anywho, I think that it's an interesting, especially as Christian parents. I think some parents get upset, oh, but it's you got to understand too, they have to be taught and understand it. I remember I cussed. They have
to be taught and
understand that it's a cuss word.
Oh, okay.
They have to be taught and they have to understand that it's a cuss word compared to you just, because some people get to snapping and be like, man, you can't be saying that. And and so.
I thought you said understand it.
No, understand it. Come on, catch up. Catch up.
Mustard.
Catch up. I didn't catch up. I'm not talking about
salad dressing.
Okay, anywho. So yeah, but they just gotta I have you ever get caught cussing? You ever get caught cussing? Caught when you was younger.
I got caught doing something else but not cursing. And I'm not talking about something on the phone. When I was younger, that was the most embarrassing. But cursing, no.
We didn't ask all that.
I didn't curse. I didn't curse. Oh, I gave you more. So
you did. We didn't ask for that.
So Jesus loves me.
He loves everybody. What are you talking about? Never mind. You ain't got no story. So anyway.
Oh no, I wasn't going to tell the details.
Oh, I'm telling mine
because it wasn't the topic.
I'm talking. Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, we don't want that.
So that's why I wasn't telling the details. You do want it.
I don't
want. You do want this on you.
I got caught cussing. I think I was 7 or 8. So I was out. So I was outside playing basketball with my friends, but we was playing in front of my yard. So my dad came out and played. Oh my god!
Oh, that is funny.
I know, right? And try to make. I know that's the crazy part when they be trying nah, I ain't say that.
So we just got a comment that.
Wait! I've had one of my kids now.
Their granddaughter called their grandson a dumb A while she was on the phone with them. That is so funny.
You know what's
so funny? And then tried to make it seem like they was hearing things. Oh yeah.
Well, Dream know better now because one time Dream slipped up and said something.
Like you just hearing
and she talking about something. I said.
Oh yeah, she got me with
what
that.
She say? Too. She tried to say. I say funk. Or I said something else. She tried to act like she said something else. We like no. And then it's funny because when Dream slipped up, Yane and be looking like everybody just kind of look with their eyes open like, whoa, did you hear what you just said?
But I love that they do that. And they don't just laugh and stuff.
Yeah,
our kids don't
laugh when someone else cusses.
Because Dream is the one that's, I guess
getting over her.
acclimated. So
That's a good word. She's getting acclimated.
Yeah, she says things, and they'll be like kind of put her in check.
Yes.
But she's like, I think at school they're saying like a lot of different things, because I heard her the other day. I just try to eavesdrop on their conversation. So she's talking to Dynasty. So I try to act like I'm not paying attention, but I am. So she's talking to Dynasty, and she's like, yeah, because the boy in my class, yeah, he said this, and he said the L word, like he said the L word, and he said the F word. So she was saying, so I was like, what's the L word? Right. I kept saying, I was like, now I want to ask her. Yeah, I think that's what she was talking about. Because after she kept talking, because then Dynasty was like, oh, you talking about HE double hockey sticks? So she said that. Yes. Okay. So then she was like, no, not that, the L word. But I think that's what she was talking about.
Hey, Katrina Johnson.
But she, when she, so she's talking about like this boy that always does it in school. And I guess probably they laugh at it and stuff like that. So she probably thinks, oh yeah, like we don't laugh at it. Even though we were talking about that.
That's funny.
Sometimes when the kids, like when Dylan was younger, and I don't know if we had that video, but he was like stomping on these ants, and he kept saying, "Oh, you little F's, but he didn't know that he was cursing at the time. So it's like you wanted, like in myself, I wanted to laugh.
No, we laughed.
Like I couldn't right in front of him. Yes. Yeah, we walked away and like got a little giggle in, but it was just like because he didn't know. He
kept saying all you F's with an S word to the end of it.
But it's just so funny because he was animated too, so he used to always play with his army people. So when he was doing that, it just like all of it just went together. But you could
he was like, "Oh, you He kept. Oh man, that was funny.
That was funny.
But when I got caught when I was younger, man, I was outside playing basketball. My friend's front yard, so my dad decided to play with us.
Oh, you got caught by your dad?
Yeah, man.
That's a whole different ball game.
I got caught, right? So I said it out there, right? So dad was like, "What'd you say?" And I was like, act like I said nothing. So my friends was like things was normal because they didn't heard me cuss before. So my dad was like, this in front of all my friends. I was 8 years old.
Cursing like that man to God.
Listen, yo. Listen. My dad was like, yo. He was like, you can either go in the house, take off your clothes now, or you're going to take them off later. In front of our friends, yo.
You got two options.
Listen, yo. He said, you keep playing, and y'all keep playing. He's like, I'll stay here and play with you too. He's like, but afterwards, you can go in there and take all your clothes off and get this whooping, or you could just go in the house now. It's up to you.
We could play.
Child, I ran in that house, man. I cried my eyes out like, oh man. And then I remember my mom trying to talk to my dad, like calm him down, like, man.
That was good. You go ahead. You can play. You got the two options here. You finish playing, but either way, once you finish. This belt is gonna meet the cheeks.
Listen, in honor of us talking about that.
Wait, that's crazy though.
I got my behind whoop.
Wait,
I got my A whoop.
I was about to say that's gonna be another intro conversation. I did, and my mom would talk to me before she gave me a spanking. Like every time she'd be like, "Well, do you know why I'm spanking you, right?"
Now, and like it would be, it would talk about this because now the same part can be walking to your mom.
Well, no, spare the rod, spoil the child. She did a great job, so that's a good thing. It'd be different if I was saying Shane never spanked me and I was just doing what I wanted to do. But no, she believed that word. She did not spare. Okay, she gave it to me, but she would have like a 5-minute conversation before I got a whooping. I'm like, ma'am, can you just go ahead and get it? I mean, I'm crying harder before she spanked me just from, I know it's coming. It's just the anticipation. Like, just come on and get it over with. It was just like,
handle business.
The whole conversations, ma'am.
Handle business. Let's get this out the way, please.
I got caught by my grandma friends, and they told on me. That is the worst.
But see, we live in a different time now.
I know. That's crazy.
We're gonna say that conversation for another day because we live in a different time now because you would get beat by the people down. You would get beat by other, like, it's funny. I would get whoopings by aunts and uncles.
Finger. Wait, I'm laughing. He says, I had a special needs student who had oppositional defiant disorder, who I loved, will always give me the middle finger at the start of the day. I had to turn around and keep myself from laughing.
That's
because
crazy.
it was the funniest thing. That is funny because I don't know. I mean, I don't know because some kids don't do stuff on purpose. It's just like a kind of like thing, or they do it and they think that they're like doing something to you, like it really hurts you. Like they be like,
Oh,
and it's
listen.
funny because it's like you really think that that's doing something, your little finger.
But you know what's
compared
wild
to,
though? Like it's funny too because
hey Tifa,
I don't,
good evening.
now it's interesting as we're talking about kids cussing, like your kids or younger kids. Being a coach, a high school football coach and wrestling coach, I've never had kids like cuss at me directly. I've heard one or two kids say things like they breath before, and then I just clip them like what happens. But I will say this: like I've had um this one boy, I'll never forget it. Right. So what you're talking about right now, I had this one boy. Now wrestling's a different kind of sport. So wrestling to me is like you have so much interaction, like because you actually get the chance to like wrestle kids, teach them like hands on. Football, you get to do the same thing, but it's not, you don't get to wrestle from that perspective. So this one kid, this I'll never forget it. This is maybe I was the assistant coach at the time. This goes back maybe about 5 years ago. And so I told you a story.
No,
I told
don't
you a
think
story
so.
for
Oh,
real.
you might have. I don't know.
So
But I
the
probably
boy was
still
out there
might.
wrestling, right? So I was getting on him, yelling like, "Yo, I ain't gonna say the kid's name, but I was like, Watermelon, come on, like, you're not moving, you're not taking a shot." And he turned back at me, right? This is like after they came off, like, and he's still wrestling, but they went out of bounds and they got to come back on the mat. He turned and looked at me, y'all, and went just like this. Now I'm giving my ring finger. Now he talking about like that to me, and ran like and went back on the mat. And I'm telling you, like, I was sitting there like, I was like, okay. I said, Brandon, okay. I said the boy's name, don't matter.
Oh.
I said it wasn't
I ain't
it
gonna
wasn't
say his
Brandon.
name, but then it came out. I just said it. Sorry.
And it wasn't Brandon either. I'm glad I messed up, so it wasn't
good,
Brandon.
Good, okay.
Because I coached with a Brandon. Wait, so there's the funny part. The Brandon, I have a one of my assistant coaches. He was on the team. His name is Brandon, and now he's one of my coaches now.
Okay.
Because he graduated from college now. He's coach with me.
Okay.
So, but he did that to me, and he wanted my. And I listen, man.
Oh man.
I was like, okay, all right, yeah. So after that match was over, I said, I even hesitate. I said, come out in this hallway right now. Listen,
let's go. Let me show you some moves. Hey Daniel.
I couldn't wrestle him at the moment because we were in it was a match. Now we was at Sterling. I would have took him right down the wrestling room. We'd have got rolling. That's the one thing I love about that sport. But anyway, so I said, yo, if you ever, I was like, yo, you gonna be sitting. I'm telling you, like, I was like, I went on to my like Denzel Washington American Gangster. Like, I'm gonna put cases on all. Like, I was like losing it on him. Like, I was like, Brandon. I keep saying Brandon, but anyway. Wait,
that's
funny.
Brandon?
I had two Brandons, but anyway. So I said to him, listen, I laid into him.
Good.
Because I was like, look, I can't tolerate that. And so he apologized. I'm sorry, good. I was like, all right, you're going to be sorry. I said, you're going to be sorry come Monday. And you're going to be sorry because I'm sitting you. Like I said, I think like, I told that coach, I said, yo, he got to sit a match. And he was like, yo, absolutely. So we sat a match, but then he got in front of teams like, I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, good. Coach Wiggins, but I'm sorry to everybody. Because and it was wild because he was a kid where
he said he didn't win the match.
I think he did, Daniel. I think he did.
That middle finger gave him some energy.
I think he did, but I was like, man, I listen. That was one time I coached a career. Because I
like Coach Mad, I'm a win.
The kids that I coach, they understand me. Most of them, I mean, I would say 98% of my kids love me that play for me, from football to wrestling. They love me and they will fight for me. But when he did that, man, listen, I was like, boy, I give you too much of my time developing you to be giving me the finger in front of these people. But the funny thing was, you just saw all the kids on the team. The kids on the team looked crazy. And then my head coach was sitting next to me. He looked like, I can't believe he just did that to Desmond.
Oh, they all saw it.
They all saw it. He was wrestling in a match. So everybody saw it. It was like public. Like, I'm gonna give Coach the finger right here on the mat.
He probably thought you wasn't gonna do nothing.
Child.
You don't know about me?
Listen, that boy was wrestling 113 pounds a year. I'd have picked that boy up like a pretzel if I wanted to. But
That's funny. Tiana's talking about a little boy in school, I guess, that pulled a fake gun out on Kasim and gave him the finger. And then Tifa's talking about
no.
at school. She laughed. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like sometimes it is funny.
It is.
I did that to adults though. Like I remember when I was working on the turnpike, and like some people would be so mean, and I would just smile. And then sometimes it'd be like because they're like it would be some people that just throw the money in at you because they'd be so mad because they was sitting in line, and then some try to curse you out like I was sitting in this line. Why y'all moving so slow? And like it was a little bit humorous.
But see, you have no relationship with the people that throw the money. But you know what's funny too? Like even students in school, I will say this too, Tifa. Like, I just like I've had students come in and be ready to cuss because listen, y'all, I'm in suspension, so I've had all that. You know, that don't even bother me. I think it's the kids that I coach because it's a different kind of relationship, and because like I spend so much time like teaching you to get like. There's a different kind of respect I think I have with my kids, or a different kind of level of relationship I have with my kids that I coach. It just is
that makes sense based on
relationship. So when a student who's in my internal or coming to suspension and has been in there back and forth from time to time, they start losing it. I'd be like, man, whatever. Like, go ahead and buy your business, get out. But when a player do that, I'd be like, you did. I've never in my mind, I've never disrespected an adult, but I'll never disrespect my coach. It's just something about my coaches. I don't understand. Like, to me, that just took me for a win, man, because I've had crazy coaches and I've never disrespected any of them in any regard. Like, what? Cuss them out? Finger? Nah, dog. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I was nice to my teachers. I did almost in high school. I don't know, Shelly probably not on here, but I did almost get in a fight with the lunch aide, but that's about it. Because I cursed her out. Because they was on some crazy stuff, but that's about it. Everybody else, I was nice to the teachers. Like I felt like you know, my parent taught me good. Like make sure you know you respect adults. Kids these days, they don't be. She was like,
oh my god,
she was annoying because she used to always try me. I'm like, you trying to get me suspended, and I did get suspended.
The lunch aide, huh?
Praise God, God delivers.
The lunch aide.
Yeah, it was the lunch aide, which I'm late, but hey, Anasia, how are you? Oh, thank you.
She is pretty.
Thank you, sir. Okay, are we gonna get into this next? Are we gonna get into the second part?
And hey, y'all, we'll catch y'all later. Okay, I'll see y'all. We out of here. No, I'm messing. Let me stop. I'm just being serious.
Wait. Okay. Let's look at this last comment. Then unless somebody else got to do, we'll go on to the next conversation.
You want to take a commercial break?
Twins. Oh, we're gonna take a commercial break. Okay,
how about you talk about?
You gotta blow.
No, we can keep talking, but now you can go ahead and talk to people about the marriage retreat.
The marriage retreat.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna excuse us while we take this commercial break.
Talk about that.
So, we are going to, and then we'll get back to the comment. If you have not gone to our website, dadsandya.com, you don't even, for some reason, you don't even have to put in www. I mean, I don't know if you have to do it on your computer, but you don't have to on ours. We're going to share it again too. But if you have not, you want to go and register for our marriage retreat for the summer. We had a great time last year. It's the place, and we got a lot of reviews about the place and just getting away. It's just beautiful. So if you are married, if you'll be married by June, you can qualify for this. But go to our website. I believe deposits are due by February 1st, if I'm not mistaken. But you can go to our website. Again, that's dadsandya.com. Okay, so go to that, register for it. We are going to have a great time. We're going to do some different things and just relax. So it's not we are going to be in Mexico. So we'll be in Mexico this year again because everybody liked the venue and we love it. I believe if you do want a swim out, you need to email us dadsandyawiggins@gmail.com because the swim outs, I believe they only have like 3 more rooms. So 3 more rooms that have the swim out. So the swim out, it's actually it's just so beautiful, but it's like a little pool that comes out of your room. But if you are married, check it out. Get the details. If you have any questions, you can always email us, message us, and we will get to it. Okay, but you have, I believe, until February 1st to make payments. There's all different types of packages, from the basic package to a more all-included package. It's 3 nights. Wait, is it 4? It's 4 nights, 3 days, 3 days, 4 nights, I believe.
How you gonna be
It's
4
the
nights?
20. It's June 26th
Get your life.
to the 30th. Okay, so
4 nights and 4 days, something
it's
like that.
June. Look, you messing up too. It's June 26th to June 30th. Okay, and we are gonna have a great. Do I smell?
Smell good.
Oh, okay. Well, praise God, because I was a little nervous. When you do the sniff, you never know what
I
anybody
wouldn't be
might
doing
find.
that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. That'd be bad.
Yes, the swim out. The swim outs are beautiful. So make sure, if you can, get it. But all the details are on our website. Oh, I thought you were looking on the website to try to help us out. But right now, I think the payments are.
Somebody should bless.
The smallest
somebody should
one.
bless
I think
them
it's
for
like,
them to go.
Yeah. Yes. It's. I think it's like 3,000 for the couple, and that includes like your food, your drink, nice room, a lot of amenities, all you can eat, all you can drink, all kinds of beverages.
Bless said happy birthday.
What else? Oh, thank you. But the details are on the website. And if you have any more questions, since he's back, let's get back to this conversation. That was a commercial break.
Cool.
Okay, so all right, so I had a set of twins who were intellectually challenged. They would come to my class and do the most. I just start laughing at them. They walk out and call me racist. Oh, wow. Racist, though? I got suspended once. My mom had my back. Then she said she knew I was lying.
GPS is broken.
Yeah. Where is it going? Okay. All right, so we got that. Oh, she said, oh, I just saw that. Yes, check it out. Okay. Let me text. Yes, you text. Okay. So are we gonna go into the next conversation, or
I guess we can.
We are 30. We're in there.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing about what weapons and
okay. So we finished cussing and butt weapons. Okay. That was enjoyable. Thank you guys for commenting. So we're gonna go.
Our short conversation is supposed to last like 10 minutes, but they end up lasting like 25, 30 because
sometimes they're not that long. It's according to what it is. This one was kind of like, it was like a piggyback. But we're gonna go into talking about plastic surgery and enhancements.
We're also going to put / we're going to eventually probably get into tattoos are we going to get into tattoos?
So we're going to do tattoos, and what was the other one? Tattoos. No, it was another one we were supposed to. Oh, this was this one, I think.
Yeah,
we were talking about. So this one, and then next week or the week after.
I don't remember.
I don't know. So yes, we're going to hit tattoos, and then in February we're going to be bringing conversations to each other for the first time.
That we have no clue what we're talking about.
So we're not going to know. Yeah, I mean, not that. Well, we did know from last week that we was going to.
We don't have like we just freestyle, but we know.
And we always say, if y'all have something y'all want us to talk about, please message us, let us know, email us desandyawiggins@gmail.com, because we would love to discuss what you guys want to hear. Okay.
Amen. Body enhancements.
Body.
All right, you want to start this off?
No,
because this started at the end last week.
Yeah.
You do look fine.
Oh, bless you. Come on, stop doing that, because we got audience here.
I mean, she said you look pretty. I wasn't saying that. She said you look pretty. Anywho,
I was saying thank you.
I know. So
we had to take another commercial break.
No. Take a real commercial break. We just gonna be off. See ya. No. Anywho, though. So. Oh, body enhancement. So last week we ended up having a conversation. Sorry, sorry, Tifa. Sorry. We were having a conversation about body enhancements, and basically we were having a conversation about the fact. First, we were talking about getting just certain things done, right? And so we were talking about enhancing the look from people's lips to from breasts to buttocks, all that. We were just we ended with that.
We finished,
and we said we'll have a conversation about this, and also now that can't happen. And then also we were talking about
miracles.
that would take a miracle. But we were talking about the fact of how, like, where do we draw the line, especially those that believe in Christ, right? Because the scripture says how we're wonderfully and beautifully made. Like, I think, like, we'll read stuff like that, and then we'll try to make enhancements on ourselves. And I mean, I have like different thoughts about it, right. And I'm not. And again, don't take offense to what I'm going to say to you. Like, right. This is just my opinion.
Now, if you feel disclaimer, we are not telling anybody to get any enhancements, or not to. We are all adults, so yes. You have free choice to do what you want to do.
Absolutely.
We don't hate anybody that has enhancements.
Absolutely.
We don't not like anybody that has. We love everybody. So disclaimer.
Yes, because we've pastored folk that have had enhancements.
Oh yeah.
So my thing is that now again, this is my opinion. There are things that people would want for themselves or for their body or for anything. Like, you may say, I desire to have smaller this or bigger that or whatever it may be, right? So for me, and again, we're talking about enhancements. We're not talking about like saving your life or certain things like that. I just want to start with enhancements. Right. That's what I'm starting with. Okay. I believe that sometimes a lot of it comes from the sphere of the influence of the world we live in. Yeah. Let's start there. Yeah. Because the reality is, if you didn't have an idea of what you thought was attractive, right, or what you thought is pretty in your sight, then the reality is there will be no desire to do so. So there's an opinion within your mind that's been created that I need a bigger breast, I need a bigger behind, I need fuller lips, because there's an issue with my viewpoint of how I view things according to the environment and the things that I am around. Yeah. So I think that's the first thing that everyone has to take in consideration, that we are making decisions by how we view ourselves according to the environment that we're in. Right. And so to me, number one, that's already the mistake. Yeah. Right. I don't even have to go to implants and that's right. Already the mistake. For an example, I will view, like, I can view, like, do I want to see our church grow? I use the church. Do I want to see greater success of the church and growth in, like, how we are in spirituality, but also too as well in number of people? Of course. Right. But I'm learning now not to, like, I have to allow God to do that. And I'm not measuring my success, like, per se, based on what other people would try to measure it by. Right. Because more of it for me is more, I know I'm called to help more people, more than it is just, oh, we need, like, we're going to have more people. You know what I mean? So, but when people are doing this, we're basing things on an environment. Hope that made sense what I was trying to say, but it might not have connected. But anywho.
It's okay.
I'm saying I'm not trying to make a decision about other environments. God bless. Yeah, America. God bless America. So, but I think, like, people are making the decisions based upon the environment that they're in and what they've seen, and the growth to a lot of things in that arena is social media. Social media has attributed to the growth of certain things that people would never have considered, but they're considering it because of what they're seeing, because of what they think they need, because and what will help build their confidence by, if I had a bigger this or bigger that or fuller this or fuller that, like, that will give them what they think they need according to, again, the opinion of what all of what their environment is telling them that they need to be able to attract. So some of it is, I don't like myself, and some of it is the environment, that has now told them this is what you're not, and this is why you're not attractive. So I think that to do it requires, or to go about doing it, and again, do you, but I'm just telling you, just as my opinion. I think a lot of it has to do with your own soul searching. Okay, you can add or say whatever you want to say.
It's so much was going through my mind when you were talking, but then like
Then it
as
went
you
blank
kept
right
talking,
now.
it just starts going like. But no,
It
I
went
think that's
wee,
I
wee,
think that it is a mixture of what you're seeing, but also what you're hearing. And I say that because a lot of times what we hear, I mean, the Bible talks about that. What we hear is what we build faith in, right?
Mhm.
So even thinking about something as simple as, I did share this in my book, something simple as when I was in high school,
Plug.
dealing with.
You can go get it right here. Y'all see it? I saw the light is blinding it, but this is the
Yeah.
book. You see how thick that book is? My God, today.
But,
Mindful Reconstruction. Woo!
but-
Over 200 pages. This is longer. This book longer than all three old books combined.
Stop.
All right, keep going.
When I was in high school, originally I grew up in North Jersey. So moving to high school, I went to high school in Burlington, where a lot of the people that were there were mixed, right, or very light, right. Where I was, we didn't have any. Like there was probably one white boy in my school.
Okay.
Right. So coming to that area,
You
like
dark
all
skin?
of the guys, wanted like a light skinned girl or a mixed girl or, a white girl or something like that. So, and coming into that, I always felt like, oh man, like it started where before I wasn't feeling like that. It started making me feel, but before I was getting teased for my big lips when I was in North Jersey, but then coming to South Jersey,
no more. Now everybody want them.
That's so crazy. Coming to South Jersey, it was now I had to kind of just like, oh, nobody, likes me because I'm dark skinned. Like dark skinned girls like down here are like, the bottom of the basket, stuff like that. And then I think one of the things that helped me in dealing, just to make this short, one of the things that helped me in dealing with that was having conversations with my mother and my father, right? Because when I would talk to them, they'd be like, oh no, you're beautiful, this, that, and the other. And I had a time where it was a one guy that I liked. And he said that he didn't like me because I was too dark for him. Oh, man. So I wasn't his type. And that there like devastated me because I was already dealing with those things in my head. This is in high school. So to have that, it was more like, dang, like it really is something. So I struggled like trying to kind of figure out, okay, allow myself to actually feel like, okay, just because you're brown skin doesn't mean that you're not, attractive or that you can't be attractive or that people don't like you or whatever it might be. But talking to my mother and my mother affirming and saying those things and speaking over me, that really helped me to kind of build that confidence, even with the whole thing with my lips. Like she would be like, your lips is beautiful. So I think a lot of times having a voice that is speaking positive into you, even though there's so much negative going on, it still will give you something to actually begin to build on. Because it gave me something to build on, because I wasn't no longer just thinking about that, but even though these things were happening and I was in this situation, I was hearing the right things because I had the right voice around me to feed me. And a lot of times we don't have those voices around us to actually say, you know what, girl, you can do this, or you know what, you're beautiful, or you know what, you don't have to try to put anything in you. The right person is going to find you for the right time, and the right person is going to love every part about you. Now, do I think that you should, if you can, like things you need to work on, or, like get tight, like even, working out and stuff, I think that's a great thing. And I think we should work for that just to be content with ourselves. And I think we still have to, though, learn to love even the things that we don't really think are lovable. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, when you have a child, you got the little pouch, right? And that don't seem lovable, but you can work on that. And there's things that you can do about it. But it's still like, you still have to, okay, this is a part of me. And, it might not be all, but it's beautiful. Okay. I'm just going to claim it. It's beautiful. But I think a lot of times it's not only what you see, but also what you hear, and making sure that, and I think that's why it's important for us, even with our children, to actually speak those things around them, because we don't know what kind of things they're dealing with. Sure. Just like us, we hear, it's so interesting to me. I'm going to say this, I'm going to be quiet. It's so interesting to me because this was probably like 2 weeks ago. I saw a post, right? And it was about the girl, I think her name is Lizzie or something.
Oh,
And somebody
Lizzo.
was talking about like, because she was, I guess, big, and she was like, oh, yeah, pro big and all this stuff, right? And then like I saw something that was saying that she I don't know if she did weight loss surgery, but she lost all this weight. So in my mind, I'm like, it's so funny how people, like, when they're a certain way, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm pro this, or that's beautiful, da, 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 da. But
She used
their
to talk bad about
actions,
skinny people, I think.
and their actions clearly show you that that's not really what they were saying. But they were trying to build themselves up in, oh, big is beautiful, da, 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 da. But it's like, but then you just went
Duh, duh,
and
duh,
lost,
duh.
like, something ain't adding up, because you just went and did all this. So you must not really think that. But the great thing about it is that we can always work towards getting better. We can always work towards getting to that place that we need to get to without a lot of times enhancements or, different things. I don't think that, yeah, I'm not for it. First of all, there's so many medical implications that can happen when you do those things. So you're putting so many different things in your body that is unnecessary. So let me be quiet. I'm sorry. I'm going on.
No.
But
I'm laughing about the guy.
No, I'm saying go ahead.
That was
I've
on
been
with Cam
talking for a
Newton.
minute,
It was
so go
funny.
ahead.
Remember, he's on with Cam Newton. He said that. He said, talk about, I don't understand how people do that. How they stuff all that rubber. He said some like this is not my words. I'm just saying what the guy said.
Right.
Basically, guy Corey Holcomb said how when people, he said you got to be crazy to let somebody cut your behind open and stuff all that rubber in your behind. And stuff all
Rubber
that.
made.
He didn't call it rubber. He said Michael Jordan sneakers. He said stuff that's made of sneakers and also that let people stuff that in your behind and all that.
That's crazy though.
It
like
was
when you
it
think
was
about
funny
it.
the way he said it though. It was kind of comical.
And sometimes
without
it's,
trying to be
what's funny?
comical.
Sometimes people get all that stuff in there. Like they'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get me a big booty. I'm gonna get some extra in my butt, and then I'm gonna have me a man. And the thing is, your attitude's still jacked up. So you ain't. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people be doing stuff thinking that, this is gonna help it. And the reality of it is there's other things and inner things that you have to deal with first before you try to do something for your outer appearance. The outer might attract for a minute, but that's all you're gonna get. Minute. That's it.
Very
So
minute.
So I think that's a very interesting thing, and I think it does. Did you have something to say?
No,
because I've been talking a lot. Go ahead.
I've been talking too.
You have not. You talked a little bit, and I feel like I just keep going on and on. The Saints want to hear from you. Go ahead.
The Saints want to hear from me.
The Saints and the Aints.
They want to hear the Saints and the Aints, huh? The Saints and the Aints. They both want to hear from me. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
We gotta have a conversation when I get off here.
But
anyway, So no, but I think that again, like now there are some things where people, for example, there's certain things I've watched. I forgot one time we was away. I don't know if I was away on vacation, something like that. We it's funny. Like if you've ever been on vacation, like once in a while, right? Or you're just away, you can be in a hotel. You can be in a hotel. You'll watch things at a hotel or when you're away that you'll never watch when you're home. Like I'll sit there and be like sitting there watching like a sitcom I'll never watch because it just be on the TV. You just sit there like, okay. So like, what's like I watched one time I think we was away. I watched they was talking about botched or people had like that messed up surgeries and then they had to go to them other guys and get it redone and they breast surgery went wrong, had to get it redone. Botched. Something like that's what it's called. Yeah. I would never sit at home and watch botched. Like I just won't do that. But because when I'm like away, if I have idle time and I'm like away and I'm trying to just give on, I'll be sitting there, I'll be just laying in bed and that be on, I'll sit there and be like, oh my God, like these people's bodies just got jacked up, whatever. But there were certain times where people had to get certain jobs done. For example, this one lady had a situation where she had to get her nose job done because she got into a car accident. Her nose got jacked. So she actually had to go through like, okay, getting a brand new, like she had like gotten nose, like taken care of from just simple stuff, nothing. But then she had to go like make a new nose because it was causing problems to her breathing.
And that's understandable.
Exactly.
That's understandable.
Exactly. Like, and certain things. So it was like causing her not to be able to do certain things because that's health related. That's certain things that relate to their health their issues, stuff like that. Right. I think that stuff is important. All right. Good night. Good night. I think that stuff is important. So love you too. So I think that there are areas where people need to get certain things handled.
Right.
But then there's certain times where, again, like I said, there needs to just be an evaluation of just like where and why do I want this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like why do I really, really want to do this? Like, is there something that someone did along the way? Like you were talking about mom, like that confidence kept you, like regardless, like because sometimes the confidence that is lacking is not simply the confidence of where confidence was not given. Right. You know what I mean? And where you were expected to receive confidence because you had that confidence when you were younger to help you regards to I'm laughing because Katrina said she loved that show.
She said she loved that show?
Yeah, at the bottom. See that? So right there, the bottom, right here.
Oh. I didn't even.
But yeah, I just don't. I just think that like it comes back to that. And I think that it's a necessity to understand, like, you go back 20, 30 years, like this stuff wasn't even accessible. But because it's becoming accessible and because people are, they see it and now they're using it. And a lot of times people think that that's going to actually help.
Brother.
Sometimes people think that's going to help their esteem, and it really doesn't.
Evening.
The prophet of man.
I wasn't sure. I was going to say prophet or apostle, doctor.
That's
I'm
doctor.
Not sure.
That's doctor. That's doctor. That's Dr. Do. So Dr. Do. Dr. DEW. But yeah, a lot of it has to do with the fact, like I said, it's just the lacking of confidence, the lacking of like, security, because you know what happens? I've known people who've gotten things like that done and they still insecure.
Yeah.
So that, like you just said, that's an internal fixing. That's not just like, man, I get this fixed and it's going to fix me all the way around. Like some of it is internally, mentally, some things got damaged, and fixing things externally is not going to fix all of who you are. Yeah. It might help you for a season. It might help you for a good month. It might help you for a good year. But internally, you're still going to suffer, because this is why people don't get that part fixed in them. This is why they go get 50 million surgeries. And after they get 50 million, they start looking like clowns. Like the people that get their cheeks, they know. You've seen some of these people look nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, look like they don't even look human anymore.
And the crazy part about it is, I don't know if they are seriously thinking they look okay or if they really do believe they look okay, because you be looking like, what is going on with that? Like it just looks, it looks deformed.
Yes.
So I agree. I think it's definitely a, like, what is your reason for doing? I think enhancements, well, I think like fixing issues, like for instance, like the nose, or even like when people get breast reductions because they have back problems, things like that. I feel like that's okay, because you're doing it for your health and to help your body and to help your overall feeling. And with breast reductions, I don't even think they put anything in you. So that's another thing, because you're not introducing foreign objects into your body, which is a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
So I think it's based on the circumstance. I definitely think it's based on the circumstance. And like Katrina said, this is like, we're seeing all this, like we're seeing, and I mean, even when we were younger, you see the videos that it tells you, oh yeah, guys like the big booties or whatever it might be, and these big breasts, like all it is. But it's like, where does it end? Because if you can't love me for my booty, my little booty and my little boobies, then just go about your business, because I'm not going to keep doing all this extra stuff to try to like, because then what happens if you go get your booty done and he be like, nah, I wanted it bigger. You going to go back and get it done again? Like, it's like, where does it stop? Right. That's and true. Some people keep going and getting breast enhancements till it's like it's like almost like ripping their skin. So it's like, where does it end? You know what I mean?
We ain't getting no real that many comments about this, though.
I know you guys aren't talking.
I guess y'all don't like this tonight.
Everybody's ready to talk about it. Nobody talking back tonight. But anyway, our time's almost up anyway.
Yeah, we'll get the tattoos another time.
5 more minutes.
Because people talk about the tats. Now that's a whole nother monster within itself. Because now society it's wild how, and I get so many kids that are ready to get tattoos. It's crazy. In high school, oh my God, these kids is dying to get one. like dying to get them. Like, can't wait. I turned 16, my mom said I can get. I mean, they're ready to get whole sleeves. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and we're not talking about like disclaimer. I think we already know we're not talking about like weight loss surgeries and all that stuff. We're just talking about like plastic surgeries, enhancements, injections. That
Yeah.
stuff is just, you know, even like the Botox. Like I wonder, because I think you have to keep going. I don't know if anybody on here knows, but I think you have to keep going to
Do you?
get that done. I don't think you just do it one time.
Is that how they start looking like clowns?
Because it's like the one lady, like I think her name Joan Rivers or something, and her face is like almost like all the way back from them, I guess, pulling her face back. I don't know if it's a facelift, and then she gets the Botox too. But I'm like, how many times do you have to go back and back and back to get the injections?
Yeah.
Because that's like, think about how much stuff that you're putting.
I hear you.
Putting
80,
in
20.
your body. It's crazy.
I know. It's a lot. A lot. Okay. I don't have much more. You got anything else more you want to say? Because I'm about done.
No, I don't think so.
You sure?
Yeah, see, that's a lot. You have to keep going back to get shots.
Do you?
I wonder how the lips go too, because I've seen some where people get like the lips. Do they deflate or something? Because
I don't know.
I feel like I've seen like where like some people they'll go and they'll get their lips blown up, but I think it only lasts for like a certain amount of time. I guess unless you get implants. I guess I don't even know if that's a thing or not. So would you say this is like the same as like when people get like when men get hair transplants?
Oh man.
Because we're talking about enhancements.
Oh,
what do you feel about that?
man.
Like, you know, like men, do you think that's
Oh,
like
man.
insecure, or like do you think men have like a struggle with confidence if they go get their hair attached to their head?
Oh man, this is gonna open up. Oh, why you do this right now? This is gonna open up a real can of worms.
Okay.
So where does it stop? Okay, so here
Exactly.
we go. Okay,
That's
so
what I
here,
say.
so no, this is my point. No.
Where does it stop?
Okay, I think that when men go get like hair transplants, right? Because then what can I say about women wearing weaves? Okay, see, you see what I'm saying? So, like for me, this is how I look at it. I look at like the plastic surgery as long-term effects
But
to
women
your.
wearing weaves is a little bit different.
That's what
because
we're
you're
gonna get to.
changing your hair.
But that's the thing. Like those things are long-term effects to your body. Like there's no real depth of what. Like there are people that have died from plastic surgery. Ain't nobody dying from weaves. I don't know anybody dying from hair transplants. Like, I mean, help me. I'm like, so I'm saying like to put in your body where things, muscles, organs, all this stuff is flowing around is very, very nerve-wracking because it's not the same thing. So for me with hair transplants, which I have not gotten, by the way, but I know
we can see that. It's nice.
Okay. But I know of people that have, and the difference is, right? Like you didn't, this is gonna sound funny, but it's gonna sound funny. You didn't have a rubber butt when you came out the womb. Right? You didn't have plastic breasts when you came out the womb, right? So the reality is that a lot of people have had hair. So the struggle is now I'm losing what I've had. And I don't know what to do with what I'm losing with what I have. So all I'm trying to do is to retain what I've already had.
That was a nice way to put it.
No, because hair transplant is not like, listen, growing older and saying I want to put rubber in my booty, that's a different monster compared to saying I just want to put some hair on my head.
But still, like some people are okay with being bald. Why can't you be okay with being bald?
What you mean? Yeah, I'm okay with being bald. Like, you know what's so funny? This is the interesting part. I think I would be
designer private parts.
What about designer private parts, surgeries, and tightening surgeries? Thoughts? Tightening like what? The tightening of the skin? Is that what we're talking about? Help me out. Do we need private message for this?
Hey, somebody else say it. So,
Do I need a
'cause
private
we
message
can't
for this,
say it.
Katrina? Do we need private message for that one? But I
private
think
parts,
that
I think you're talking about the private parts surgeries.
I don't think that
But I
that's
mean, can you get
you
bigger
you
penis?
yes
Oh,
you can, but it's like you get injected, but it's not like it's not
that is so
it's not a it's not
scary.
it's not a it's not a
To willingly put stuff in your body.
it's not a 100% okay, but it's not 100% that it's always going to work. And then
Right.
when it does, it's like you're still getting injected. So this okay, just I'm going to answer that question and be real quick with it. So that you can get that
Quickie.
done, but the reality is that it can cause your situation not to work
Right.
no more. Like there's been studies that when people that go do that from a male perspective, it causes their situation not to work no more.
Ooh.
Now there's certain situations where it's not like all the time, but there's been some like 20-25%. There's studies that when men do that, their situation don't work no more.
See, that opened up a whole nother thing. I'm not even gonna
I
get
knew
into.
I knew somebody would probably ask that. I knew it. I knew it.
No,
That's
I'm
why I
saying
make sure.
what's in my mind, like what you were just saying, like it just. But I'm not even gonna go there. But so I guess tightening would be. I guess maybe they have ways to tighten the vagina. I'm guessing.
I don't know.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not sure
I don't
about
know.
those surgeries.
But what was I talking about?
I would say to each his own for that part. 'Cause I don't know. I just that's
work
why,
out.
that's
work
why
your
we
muscles.
live sanctified and keep it tight and right. The Lord will do it.
Yes, Lord. What's up?
Yeah, I don't know.
What happened?
So hopefully
Okay.
that kind of addressed that part.
All right,
But I
that's
mean,
fine.
I think with each, I think in summary, because we about to get off, our time is up.
Now, what was the last thing I was
In
gonna say before
summary,
that part?
Love you too. We
What was
definitely
I
we
talking
don't.
about before that?
What was you talking about?
I
You
had
talking
mentioned
about
something.
people that you said they could have problems if they get
No,
that
but
done.
before I talked about all the
before
type
all of
before
that?
Ke put up what she put up something else I was saying.
What we was talking about
Oh, hair. Yeah, like I know people I'm close to that have gotten the transplants, but the reality is like I said, it's the existence of those things no longer being existence. And plus,
thank you, Pastor Lana.
some people yeah, there you go. Some people would struggle with like being bald because like it just won't work. It just won't work for them. Like I don't want to see the size of
that's
their head too
understandable.
big.
But I'm saying like that's like it's kind of like I do agree with like I think that's a little bit different ball game
It
because
is
it's not
different.
invasive.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you just dropping stuff all up in your body. Like, hey, come over here. Like I just that.
Yeah.
But to each his own. And I feel like we said earlier, if it's like medically necessary, like for you to be healthy or like for instance with the nose when she was in an accident and you getting that fixed, like I feel like those kind of things are okay. But just to do it for like what would be the purpose?
Right.
Like I just don't. Maybe it's just me, but I just don't understand what would be the purpose for.
Right.
Like if it's not corrective or something like that. Like I don't. It's so crazy because it, like you said, like if we didn't see that, like if it wasn't out there, nobody would be trying to do it. Like why do you want your lips looking like that? Like they look like it's crazy. I don't understand that. I still to this day do not understand why people be getting their lips all the way. Like, what is the point of that? And then some people get the booty droppets.
The what?
And it looks
the
like
what?
it looks
the what?
like
the what?
Drop-ins, booty drop-ins. I said droplets at first
I-
because I'm saying they putting stuff inside.
The booty droplets.
Yeah, because they're putting stuff inside. And then like their leg be looking like this, and then the butt be like this, and you be like, that just
what's so funny?
deformed.
You'd be surprised how many guys I know that say
Jesus like that.
That's unattractive. I'm talking about guys
not
that ain't
cute.
even saved. That I know to be like, "Ew, man, that look unattractive."
Yeah,
It
I don't
looks nuts.
understand. I don't understand. Is it just to have a big booty? And then after that, I mean, I don't know if you could go back and what you get it. They take it out. Like,
Yes,
how does that
there's some celebrities that have had that
how
happen.
does that even?
They've taken
just,
that rubber out now since
But
they
a
made
lot
their
of times
money.
it doesn't even look like. I don't know. I don't know. People out here be, I guess, wanting like it makes me think about like just certain things like. you know, like there are people that look like cats, but like it's almost like if the celebrities start doing like stupid stuff like that, oh, let's get some ears on the top of our heads, then everybody's gonna start getting ears on top of their heads and be
Child,
like,
people
I don't
act
even
like
care.
cats and all that stuff now. What are you
But
talking
no,
about?
I'm saying like, just like, it's like almost like if the celebrities or people out there are doing it, then everybody's gonna try to do it. If everybody be like, oh, you know what, the celebrities be like, oh, I'm gonna have long fingers that come all the way to my knees, then everybody's gonna try to get card whatever it is to get their fingers to come down to their knees. And it's like, where does it end? Like, do we have a mind of our own? Okay, our time is up. So God bless everyone. Thank you guys for joining. I think Apostle, you have anything else to say before we? I'm sorry, man of God. Do you have anything else to say before we get off?
I ain't got nothing else to say. God bless everybody.
God bless. Thank you guys for getting on.
Are you part of
y'all
KL?
got a little
See y'all
quiet
morning.
at the on the second conversation, but we love y'all. Thanks for getting in. I think next week we are
Thanks for getting in.
Oh, thanks for joining us. Next week, be quiet. You give me
Thanks for getting it. I'm trying to work on something of high importance.
We're not working, but this is your work right now.
You know I'm working
Bless
on something.
The Lord,
my
soul.
You know I'm working on
all that is within me.
You know I'm working on something.
Bless his holy name. So we're out. Have a great night. Get some rest. We'll see y'all next week. We are talking about tattoos, or not yet. One of the next 2 weeks, we are talking about tattoos as he snatches the phone.
Because it's
Have
mine.
a great night. All right. Well, you need to end. How do you let me see.
See y'all. How do you end? End streams up top.
Okay, I don't need your
Okay. Yes, you
didn't say good night to the people.
I said good night.
No, you're on your phone.